What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, Dixie the Gamer. And I'm going to be covering today Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, the Enhanced Edition, using an RTX 5090 with undervolted settings. I'll leave a link to the settings at the end of the video. But for now, let's get into some benchmarks. We're going to be starting out with DLAA, frame generation off, and let's get into it. And very quickly, just going over my undervolt settings, I have 0.810 and 2925 millivolts, raised up to 2850 megahertz, and that gives me stable overclocks in just about every situation. And continuing on with the game, we're getting about 60 frames per second in this opening scene right here. I believe this is the third or fourth level. I haven't finished the game just yet. But I am going to be doing that soon. Going into the 60, 65, the 12V2X6 cable is pulling about 400 watts, which is great to see. It's a much better improvement over mid 500s. So you get about a 100-watt savings by undervolting, and you keep the same performance at these settings. And also going to mention a 2000 overclock on the RAM. Temps are looking really good, 60 Celsius. That's going to make for a very cool office room or gaming room. And latency it's doable. It's about 60 milliseconds at this level. So we're going to go through our settings. Usually you can get better latency by using DLSS. 60 milliseconds is okay for a story game like this. But we're going to see what we can do to adjust the performance and get a better result. And just as an FYI, this game does not use hardware ray tracing, but it does use lumen for global illumination and other lighting as well. And I would say they do a really good job with that in this game, as far as Unreal Engine 5 goes.
Light fading from their eyes and name cast away on the wind. And soon the sun will set for good.
And so now we're going to click on DLSS Quality to see what happens to the frame rate and also our latency and as well as overall image quality. And so right off the bat, we're going to jump up from about 60, 65 frames a second to about 80, 83, 85. And other thing I did notice is our GPU power from the cable did go down another, I want to say, 30 to 50 watts. So that's looking even better as far as power consumption and overall stability. And latency did improve. It went down to about 40 milliseconds, which between 30 to 40 is usually my target for single player performance. Some games you want to be on the lower side, but average for games like this that run slow and you don't have to make too many quick decisions except for the parry timing. 40, 45, 50 milliseconds is fine. And, so far, so good. Image stability is rock solid. This looks basically 1-for-1 with DLAA. And, you just get basically an extra 25, 30% more performance without having to sacrifice image quality. So that's a win. And we're going to continue down the settings to see what happens.
Not just another stone. No, something special. It is an offering. Yes.
Voice. It's them. The world has changed.
Upside down.
They are allowing us to see.
And now moving on to DLSS Performance, we can see the frame rate did not increase all that much. It does get to about 100 frames a second, a little bit more consistently. Power consumption looks to be about the same as well, still in the 330s, 320 watts there. VRAM usage did go down. I mean, not like it really matters that much. And the CPU usage did jump up. I saw 80% on the peak there, so it looks like it is a little CPU bound at these levels on DLSS Performance because it is upscaling from 1080p. We did see latency drop down to closer to, low 30s, 29, 30 milliseconds here. So overall, very snappy performance and very responsive. And now we're going to be using frame gen at the DLSS quality setting. And right off the bat, I can tell you that the image still looks very, very stable. That's great. No crazy artifacting going on here. And also power consumption looks to be about the same. Still in the mid 300s, 360, 350. Latency did increase about 8 to 10 milliseconds, which is fine. So we're back at the quality setting where the latency was... Actually, no, I'm lying. Latency increased about maybe 5 milliseconds or so. So yeah, we're still getting 30, 35 there, 38 to 40. That's perfect for, adding frame generation onto your game here. Still really snappy performance. You can't really sense any kind of a strange input delay. So this right here is a win in my book. You're getting a really rock solid frame rate, 150 frames per second. That's kind of the sweet spot for 4K gaming, if you ask me. That's actually a little bit above the sweet spot. I'm happy with anything over 100, 120. So I'll take this as my preferred setting for this game. But let's continue on.
Look, Senua. Dead. Bodies. Bodies everywhere.
Will she fail this test?
She will not fail.
They are listening. This test, Senua. But there will be more.
There's always more.
Well done, Senua.
She is strong enough.
You will not die like the others before.
You will survive this.
Fagrima knew.
He could see her.
See what she really is.
He knows about us.
He can hear us as well.
He doesn't hate her.
Hate us.
Not like the others. Accepts her.
They are hiding.
Alright, and now we just activated DLSS Performance and Frame Gen 3 times mode. And right off the bat, you can see the frame rate jumping up to the 250s right now. So you're really maxing out those 240 hertz monitors that, I'm sure some of you guys have. Power consumption did drop down a little bit on average. We're now getting just about 320, 330 watts through the cable. And most of the power and compute is offloaded to the CPU now because the CPU spiked up past 80%. 100 watts, 110 watts there. Latency is still in the 30s, so that's looking really, really good for a 3x frame gen. Can't really see too much artifacting going on besides Senua's, a little bit of delusion effects with her hair, but that's only if you're spinning around in circles. It's just slightly more noticeable than DLSS quality. But overall, a little bit noisier, just a tiny bit on the far away objects. But besides that, you're still getting great, great performance. And now we're just going to activate DLSS 4x frame gen mode on the performance setting. And at this level, you will peak at about 290 frames per second, as if you needed that much on a high quality story game like this. But hey, you're there. Metrics are staying about the same as far as power consumption. The 9800 X3D is working extra hard now. We're in 83% CPU usage. Latency is still around the same, which is actually pretty good to see. You are getting a slightly noisier image, and that's to be expected when you're using 4x frame gen. I really don't use 4x frame gen on just about anything. I stick it to either 2 or 3 times because 2 and 3 basically looks the same, and you're just getting those additional frame rates to smooth out the image, and you're not really suffering too much of a latency penalty between 2 and 3 times either. And so what I do is I usually just leave it on DLSS quality with 2x frame gen here, and these are my go-to settings. And here you just get the best bang for the buck. You get the highest image quality, you get super fast frame rates, 150 frames per second on average. Your power consumption is going to be just under 400 watts with a 5090, and that's perfect. You're getting about 360 370 watts through the cable right now. Latency, the reading is a little bit off, but it's going to be about 46 milliseconds, 45. You see 50 right now. It's just an additional digit for some strange reason, and that's a bug with the Nvidia app. I don't know how to fix it. And as you can see, the image stability is much better now with DLSS quality, and just an overall win. My goal is always to get as much frames as I can. Excuse me. Well, that's how you know I'm not AI. As much frames as I can right before my VSync barrier, and so G-Sync and VSync and latency through reflex can all do its best on the software side, and you get no screen tearing. You get the best frame rate stability. A lot of games, they do lose a little bit of stability when your frame rates are going faster than your monitor's refresh rate, or they're not locked, or whatever the case might be. So yeah, right here, getting about 40 milliseconds on average, 35, 40 milliseconds. And this is the sweet spot for me. Take care, guys. I will see you guys on the next one. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a like and subscribing for more content coming. Peace.
How far will you go to find us?
We will find you.
They doubt us.
We don't. Find the altar.